They're both women. They're both
Oh,
girls.
interesting. You have a higher percentage chance of being allergic to a male dog than a female dog.
Well, hot dang.
That's messed up.
That's genderist.
It is. I don't like that one bit, sir. Ma'am.
Salt Plains of Tatooine live.
Not that one bit, ma'am.
Are we live?
Yeah, we're live.
Woo!
We're live on YouTube.
Well, that means we're live everywhere. Doing a wiggle.
All right.
Oops.
Oh no, I can't. I don't know what I'm doing with my phone. Life is hard. Okay, I've had a stressful couple days.
We're gonna drop in. You guys gonna fill in the social medias because I'm not up on all the social medias. So like when I kick it to you guys in the middle of the sentence, you guys are gonna fill it in.
Yeah, we can try.
Word. Well, welcome one and all to this late great start of your favorite quarantined Seattle local video gaming podcast and cosplay, where your opinion is always what?
Invalid.
Okay, just making sure. Just doing the checkups. Where's our boy Matt? So he can chip in and fill in half of our dialogue for us before we say it. Welcome to Saltier Podcast. I am your semi-co pilot joint co-host on this episode today. It's a round table. We got Loud and Brown, but he's feeling a little bit under the weather. It's raining cats and dogs where he is, and where he is up his nose right now because cats and dogs.
That almost sounds like a different situation.
It does. Entirely. That's a different podcast.
I'm here with the club, bro.
Yes. So welcome one and all to the local Seattle podcast, sponsored by our good friends Voodoo Ranger. Live rangerously, ladies and gentlemen. I've got my atomic pumpkin, which I actually found running in the wild. So I scooped up half of them on the store shelf. Actually, my fiance did. I can't take credit for that.
So I haven't seen the atomic pumpkin anywhere, but I did find their seasonal IPA on my end, which is called Higher Plane IPA. Ooh. So I was expecting it based on like its logo and everything. It's kind of like a little ninja dude meditating with a hop in the middle. Mm-hmm. I thought it was going to be super hoppy, and it's actually surprisingly drinkable.
Nice. As is all the Voodoo Rangers, even the ones that I normally like. Yeah, right. I usually don't. Yeah. There's a couple in there like that new types of beer that I usually don't drink, but Voodoo Ranger makes a tasty version of that. So
I bought it for the box.
That too. They have sick artwork and sick graphic design for all their stuff. So shout out to them for sponsoring this podcast. Shout out to them for sponsoring esports and gaming in general. I see them popping up in a lot of different places now. So gotta give them a shout out for that, for pushing the culture. My other compatriots, my usual suspects. Who we got? Let's go around. Fight to the death.
Me next, not last. I mean, me last, not next.
Okay. Well then we got the resident cosplay supreme in this hangout here. What we got?
Yes. Hi. Hello. It's me. It's Sage. I would like you to laugh at this glove that came in one of like when you buy your own cosplays. Do you see how horribly this fits? I can't get my fingers through it, and then my hand's so fat. The rest of the costume is great, but man, who has hands like this? Sumo wrestlers?
Football players or something? I don't know.
It's got skinny little fingers. You can find me on Twitter, Twitch, Patreon, wherever the heck you want to search SageBell, you'll find me. And then if you don't find me that way, it's SageBell_model. And at the very rare occasion, it's Sage Bees.
Nice. So check all of those. Check all those. Especially in this day and time when they're trying to yank PewDiePie off of YouTube. Like, what chance do the rest of us have? Really, is what I'm saying. But we'll get to that. Good to see you here.
Yeah.
Forgot to shout out that we are brought to you by Soundcasting Network.
Hey.
Normally of Studio 212 in South Lake Union, but this is the quarantine edition, like I said, and we're just keeping it that way. It's going to be vintage one day. These are going to be vintage episodes one day, guys. Archived, yeah. These are going to be the classics, like the old Walter Cronkite interviews and whatnot. To my, I guess it'd be to my right, we have normally the loudest and the brownest. He's a little muted this week. You want to go ahead and fill it in where you can.
Taking shots of ginger.
Hi, this is Loud and Brown. This is Loud and Brown at Loud and Brown on Twitter and Instagram. I am Gross Stuff with a PH on PSN and Steam. I played a little bit of Overwatch, but it's still mostly a Tekken and Worms box for me. That's all I do on the Steam. Tekken and Worms, Tekken and Worms.
Were we talking about games we played?
I guess so.
Yeah.
Other than that, that's all. And those are my socials. So whatever, brah.
Okay, so we're running back. Go ahead, Sage. What you been playing?
So I guess then I played a fuck ton of shit. So because at my work I got gifted a year of hey, we have someone in our that's just you. I got gifted Game Pass Ultimate, so I have it on my PC.
Nice.
And I went through and took a whole bunch of stuff that's on my Steam list off because I don't need it. It's free on my Game Pass.
Most of it, but some of it they rotated in and out like Netflix. So some of it, if you do want to snap it up. But the good thing about that is if you have Game Pass, you get a discount for buying it through their store.
I have Ultimate, so
yeah.
Who knows? So I tried playing Age of Empires.
Oh boy.
I haven't played that in a hell of a long time, so I played Age of Empires 3 Definitive Edition, and I went for where you are the Native Americans, and I was like, yeah, let's go kill the British. But the first thing I had to do was kill other tribes. So
okay.
Once I figured out how to play, then I was just murdering too many things. I was like, I don't want to play this anymore. I understand why I liked it as a kid, but it's not really my gameplay style now.
It's just a lot of murdering, huh?
I guess building up your city, building up your armies, shooting deer.
Those temples, those like spiritual temples that'll convert the enemy units. Those are OP. Because what you end up doing is you just build a line of those temples all the way up to the guy's base, and when they come out to try to kill them, they convert and turn into your soldiers and stuff. And the computer.
Halloween event is live in Overwatch, so I play that until I get my my skin for the week, and then I don't play it again. So until I get my 9 wins.
Yeah, I just got my Brigida last night.
Yep, and then it resets tomorrow for the final iteration of the skins.
Which is the one everybody wants.
Who is it?
Tomorrow's the... God dang it, you called me out. Now I gotta remember what it is. But I know this is the one that I wanted, though. This is the...
Tomorrow is the day the embargo ends on all the PlayStation 5 unboxings and stuff, and people can talk about it in a little bit more detail. And then the day after that is when they're going to unveil the new AMD video cards, the ones that are powering the stuff that's in the PlayStation and the Xbox, and people have no idea what they're looking like because the power in these systems for a little tiny little system on a chip is like pretty ridiculous. So people are like, what's like the full size graphics card version of that going to look like? So find out in 2 days. So busy time as gamers.
You're gonna have to retain all the information for next week.
It's gonna be a pretty nice juicy tech fap next week.
I actually did a test to see which game I liked more between Overwatch, Valorant, and Paladins.
Did you? Do you have like a spreadsheet with like check boxes and stuff? Like, what'd you do?
Which one retained my mental attention long enough? So Overwatch, because it gives you kind of like that incentive of like X many wins, you win a thing. At least gets me to stick around for 9 rounds. I don't like Valorant enough to stick around for 9 rounds. I play maybe 3 rounds of Spike Rush, which is the short version.
Yeah, I was gonna say, aren't the matches like notoriously long, like 45 minutes, and you get slammed if you leave, right?
Yeah, you can't. Yeah. And then not Heroes of the Storm. Oh my god. Paladins.
Yes,
it's like cute, like Overwatch, but plays like something else. So, but it has a reward system as well.
Paladins is interesting that its gameplay mechanics, like the shooting and the movement, it's very tactical. It's very technical. It's kind of like a battlefield-ish type game as far as like how you handle your weapons and the aiming and stuff.
Oh,
But then
okay.
the rest of
Yeah.
it looks like
cute.
it's
Fortnite.
it's like a World of Warcraft type clone or something.
Got it.
Not Fortnite. It's not that kind of cute.
So would you say that what has? Sorry, I'm mumbling here because
It's
I'm
the
trying to
least
think.
popular of the three.
It is.
Yeah.
But what is the most MOBA-esque of the three? Like what has, like more AoE effects, non-shooter playable characters?
Play Overwatch.
Be either Overwatch or Paladins. I play.
Because Valorant's straight up shooting, right? That's like
Yeah, Valorant's guns. That's called.
Valorant.
That's
it's Counter-Strike with magic.
Counter-Strike.
Basically.
Yeah. I want to like Paladins because they do really good with like their skins and like how their characters, like how all their characters have whatever their characters have like to them. But it's just I think people just don't understand staying on the payload.
Yeah. Play the fucking objective.
Yeah,
It
don't
is for
C9, baby. Watch
Yeah.
that out. But Paladins is free to play, right?
Yes, it's free to play.
And there's that rumor going around that Overwatch will become free to play.
It will. The first one will.
And then the second one will just become
second
PvE content.
The second one will be the first one, and then the first one will be free to play. It'll just slide in that slot. Like they'll charge for it. You get all the extra content. They can justify the charging, and then if you want to just jump in and just play the OG one that's still compatible mostly or will be, then you just play Overwatch.
That's what they're being super vague about is with the PvP version of the game. They haven't said what Overwatch 1 will be missing because we're getting the characters.
You're not getting PvE.
Yeah, you're just not. If PvE is the only thing it's missing,
and there might be like a couple like I guess the word like I'm thinking like Mario Kart like circuits, like a group of maps.
Yeah.
So there might be like
maps.
So maybe like it might like Overwatch 2 will have all the OG ones, and so will the first one originally.
All maps, skins, and new characters, if it's PvP, will all be cross between both of them.
I'm gonna say for now, because like in a year or two, there's gonna be like this bundle, and it's only on the second one.
I can see that happening.
The knowledge are retained from last year's BlizzCon, so.
Yeah. Did they? Like, for example...
It's not even a new engine. It's just an enhanced version of the same engine.
Yeah, I noticed that. Well, I know, like, in COD... Well, not in COD. Sorry, in Tekken, you have to, buy the access to certain stages. And some stages are, like, absolutely incredible. They're beautiful. And the skins, the way coding works... You can see other people using, exclusive skins when you play against them, but you can't select it. So your game recognizes it and it's in your system. So I wonder if it's going to be one of those things you just have like unlock to use it because I don't know. I don't know.
Remember, that's very much like Stellaris when you play multiplayer. If you're playing like the base game and you play with somebody and they're hosting and they have all the expansions, when you play, you'll have all the expansions.
Dead by Daylight's the same way.
Nice.
Oh, okay. So if you didn't download like Mike Myers, but if one of your friends has it, Mike Myers will exist.
Well, Mike Myers is a bad guy, so any of them can go against you, but you can't select it if you decide to be the killer.
Got it.
So like I play Stranger Things character.
Yeah.
But I don't have any of the other playable characters unlocked that are expansion-esque style, I guess.
Who's the
Stranger Things character?
Yeah, is it the Mind Flayer?
What?
Or whatever it's called. Like, what's that monster's name?
Oh, the Demogorgon.
The Demogorgon. Yes, thank you.
It's a giant butthole that like opens up, and then like it also puts one in the ground, and it's not as scary to play against as some of the other characters, but it was pretty terrifying last week when I played against it.
You had me at giant butthole.
Yeah.
Yes.
What Stranger Things characters are in it?
So you got the Demogorgon, and then you have Nancy and what's his fuck with the
hair.
Yeah, with the hair. Steve.
And Steve, and he has the bat.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know if you don't have the bat in the game, but yeah.
Oh,
That's cool that Nancy's there. Is she still 80 pounds?
She looks like, I hate her outfits because she has like the awkward like granny cut pants and
Yeah.
then like the sweaters and
The mom
nothing
jeans.
else. And I'm just like, come on, there's some cooler outfits in the 90s than this or 80s.
no,
Come
not
on.
really. Not really.
5% more. Come on.
Oh, I see it right now with the sweater, and whoa, really, really hard features on the cheekbones.
I bought different hair for her because I don't like the hair down options. I just think
Got
they
it.
look gross. And then there was a ponytail version. I'm like, she looks reasonable.
Yeah, isn't that what she rocks in the show usually? Is her hair up a ponytail?
No, I
Uh,
think it's down in a bob.
It's the down whatever.
Okay.
Oh, and I looked up the thing that gets unlocked tomorrow. It is the Echo Ragdoll skin.
Echo Ragdoll.
Oh, Echo, yeah, because of the new.
That looks
character.
like a legendary skin, but it's
Probably.
just an epic because they're all three of them are epic. But it looks so good.
I don't know what you nerds are talking about.
It's okay. She's a glass cannon character. She can put out a bunch of damage, but she could also just get She could get 2-shot. Easy.
She's
Nice.
easy to
Okay.
learn, which is weird to say because a lot of their newer characters have been really difficult to pick up, except for Brigitte.
Yeah, they have a lot of buttons, is what you mean, right?
Yeah, like Doomfist was really hard. Still is kind of like difficult.
Sigma,
to get correctly.
Batiste, just
Ugh.
buttons for days. All of
I
them.
hate Sigma.
Oh, you know what? Ash was easy to pick up.
Yeah, but sniper.
Tink.
I'll dress up next week in my Ash costume. I had a
Nice.
stressful day today, so it didn't work.
Okay.
Nice.
But since we're sort of segued and we talked about Dead by Daylight, I do have that as a topic.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Hang on. I wanted to throw out what I've been playing.
Yeah, go for it.
Surprise. I've been playing Stellaris, but with a twist.
Ooh.
I've been still been playing a lot of multiplayer. We've been finding that the game is at least the AI is just it's just the worst. It's just the worst AI like in any game. To try to manage all that and like do logical things, it's just so basically just don't play with your friends and get into a federation where there's 3 of you and one of them's the computer, because it's just
Don't trust the computer.
don't trust the computer. They are the worst. They're just doing just boneheaded stuff over there, just trying
Heckin'
to caught you.
NPC.
Oh
Are they
my god.
sus?
They are super sus over there. Like we're to the point in a couple of our games where we did it twice, and both times we ended up kicking them out of the Federation and then going to war with them and then just splitting them up. And then one half was your vassal and one half is mine, and they just do what we say. We just rolled them because they were just getting in our way. There's a new expansion for that coming out in 2 days, and that should be interesting. I'll have more on that next week when I actually get a chance to unfurl it. I've been playing my Switch, playing a lot of Smash Brothers, playing some Mario Kart.
How do you like Smash Brothers?
The multiplayer with your kids.
I love Smash Brothers ever since the first one.
Did it balance out pretty okay?
It's Smash Brothers. You don't need balance in Smash Brothers. Like you just
there
figure it out.
I heard it was
weird
balanced.
to relearn. Like I think the controls on it were like a little bit different than the other ones.
Yeah. Like at first they don't seem as tight. Like there's not like the right kind of like resistance on the stick that you're used to from like the GameCube and the N64. I never really played it on the Wii U. I'm not sure how that controller worked out, but
it was called Select Bayonetta. That was the control.
But you know what? But there's ways around like all the things. I saw my kid just like whooping people online with one of the kids from Earthbound, like just like dropping a bowling ball on their head. Just
Sure. But tournaments would prove otherwise. It got to the point where she started getting banned at Wii U, Smash for Wii U's tournaments.
Okay, here's the thing. Here's the thing about those tournaments, and I get that people are into them, and I get that they're competitive, but you can only take that so far compared to other games. At a certain point, you just got to be like, it's Smash Brothers. Like you just got to just get over it, or get around it, or pick a different character or something.
Oh, totally. But
it just is what it is.
No, I hear you. You're preaching to the choir. My buddies and I were way into Smash Brothers for a very long time, and people are kind of okay with the tiers of Melee. Like, and 64. Like, those make sense to people. They're like, we get it. There are good characters, there are bad characters, and then there's joke characters. But you're not forced to play Fox to win. Fox can get beat by Marth. Fox can get beat by Sheik. And if you're really good with some other characters, like, there are top 8 places with, like, 5 characters, It got to the point in Brawl where Meta Knight had no bat matches, and it got to the point if you were like a pro or if you're really trying to win, you had to pick them. And that's what happened with Bayonetta. And they ended up fixing it, but they fixed it pretty late. Anyway, long story long, I've heard that Smash for the Switch has a very, very big roster of competitive, good characters. Like,
Yeah.
there isn't one person just mopping every tournament, and that's nice to hear.
Yeah. Yeah. So in general, like the game is fun. It looks good. I got the little adapter I talked about on the show. Got the little adapter I talked about on the show last week. It looks great. I picked up Uno because I forgot how to play Uno.
Oh, I love Uno.
Yeah,
the card game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It was on sale for $2 on there. So
Oh man,
It's super
reverse
good.
draw 4. You got to put
Yeah.
those back to back. That's the
all
move.
all that stuff.
I have a waterproof Uno set at home, which
Played
I
in the
live
pool.
at, which is here.
Yeah, but you could still throw it. You know, man, I've
Like
seen
Gambit.
some angry matches, and not as bad as Monopoly, but I've seen some pretty brutal Uno matches.
Yeah. So
Because
picked
that's
up,
what we're here for,
When you double
maniacs.
stack your
For sure.
plus twos.
Yeah.
Picked up Child of Light. That's an Ubisoft game. It's like a
Mm.
little side-scrolling, really pretty action adventure RPG turn-based type thing. It's really good. I highly suggest that game. I have like 130 hours on it on Steam, but it was like $4 on the Switch in the eStore, so I bought it.
I'm curious about Outer Worlds right now.
Yeah, I saw Outer Worlds on Switch.
I hear it's super popular, and so I have it installed because of the Game Pass.
Yep. Yeah, about the same way. I played a little bit of it on the Game Pass, not too much. And that's about it. I got that Mario XCOM like shooting strategy game where Mario has like a gun.
What?
Yeah, and it's got the rabbits in it. So I got that, and that's about it. That's all I've been playing and doing.
Oh, the Rabbids.
Yeah.
Got it. I'm
So-
looking at it right now.
Now that I messed up Sage's segue, we're gonna segue into
Oh, before you segue from the segue, sorry,
Yeah.
double interrupted.
Yep.
Maniacs, thanks for joining us. If you're following us on YouTube, cool. If you're listening to the podcast, also cool. And probably our most popular platform would be the Facebook. But there's other ways to follow us. We have Twitter and Instagram. We are Salt_Tier_Pod for those. Everything else should be Salt Tier Podcast. And like Saverings ... has said, we are part of the Soundcasting Network, home to many other podcasts that you should check out. Most notably, I listen to How to Be a Better Drinker and The Glow Up and The Reese Show. All good times.
Get me.
And thank you, Brian. Child of Light is fantastic.
Yeah, it is. It's a vastly underrated game. It's really good.
I've known Brian since I was like 14 or 15.
Nice.
Sabri.
If you like a game like was it Oni and the Blind Forest and stuff like that, like this game is right in that same vein
Okay.
You gotta
Cool.
get eyeballs.
with the cool
All right.
turn based.
Oh, wait, everybody look at the camera. This is going to be our screenshot. 3 and 2 and 1. That's a pretty good one.
It's our
All right.
spooky one because it's the pre-Halloween one.
Yeah.
Spoopy.
Rip Halloween. Where's the fake tombstone to put in your yard that says Rip Halloween this year?
There's a giant Oogie Boogie down the street.
Dude, and the one year everybody complains like, why don't they put Halloween on a Saturday? It's on a Saturday this year. That's like
I know.
It's like double fucked up.
But you know what? To be completely off video games for like, I don't know, 2 minutes. Well, you have kids, so this probably matters more. There's a way to like safely do this. I think like aside from leaving a bowl on your porch, there's a way to like, I don't know, have like a vinyl sheet and like a little
Hand sanitizer station.
Yeah.
If they push and they use the hand sanitizer, candy comes out the other side.
yeah.
Yeah, just put one of those little dispensers right next to the doorknob, like
Or just have like a door with like a little doggy door, but instead of a dog, like have it, waist level. It's like the little candy hole. Like you can still see. There are ways, but that's a bummer because I remember when I was little, I was definitely a Halloween kid. My sister was a Christmas kid. Like I was all about Halloween.
I was both. I'll take Christmas over Halloween, but I was definitely into some Halloween.
Christmas always stressed me out because I felt bad when I had a friend give me a present and I didn't get them one. I'm like, I don't have money. How did you buy me a present? We don't have jobs. We're 9.
No. That is a good question.
I grew up with some pretty rich kids, and every now and then they just Christmas they would just do like, a blanket present for everybody. It's like, hey, I got everybody matching freaking hats or something. I'm like, oh, thank you.
You're like, are we in a gang? Is this a gang?
We were a gang. Oh, what were we called? I was in a group of all these geeks that would stay in during recess, and we would talk about video games and comics and just bother the teacher and stay indoors, and we wouldn't go outside and play.
I had a group of friends. We would exchange different mangas between each other.
Hey,
So we'd all
tight.
finish this series together.
Nice.
Cute.
That's nice.
And
Okay.
that was
Yeah.
before I even knew like what cosplay was or like anime. It was just like we had mangas that we just shared. I didn't even know what manga was. It was just like our little comic books because it was just the other
Yeah.
guys had it, and then eventually I got into it, and then we all shared.
Like, yeah, we used to trade like Atari games and like comics and a whole bunch of like, random stuff, baseball cards.
Yeah. I got on, I didn't trade comics out though. I was like, buy your own. I didn't trust my friends at all. Because trades weren't that popular back then. It was
Well,
all
comic books are more flimsy than manga.
Yeah, I
They're more
mean,
fragile.
I always had bags and boards. Always. But I understand what you mean. Like once you take it out of the bag, it's just ready to get ripped or bent.
It's done.
That said, what was that segue to Dead by Daylight? No, what was the segue
Yeah.
supposed to be for?
It was Dead by Daylight.
Yes,
Wait,
wait, hold
wait.
on. Spoopy segue.
I can turn off the light. My sweater glows in the dark. Fun fact.
I was doing the flashback thing.
I just wiggled.
The Wiggles?
So there is a Halloween event for Dead by Daylight, and it is lame.
What?
That's surprising.
They added some cool like features to the game, like the shit that you want to work on and turn on. Occasionally there's one that's covered in pumpkins, and then there's these like weird pustule things that you have to like get rid of, but you can only get rid of them if it's one of your tasks, and so you can only like do it 4 times, and then you don't get to do it anymore, and that's the only task option for building on your like special event tree.
Ew. You're
Yeah.
a pustule.
Internal Blight. It wasn't as exciting as we had hoped. So we'll probably just play Phasmophobia again this week. Matt knows what's up. He played with us. I did. He was there for me dying a bunch. I did die more than usual. Secondary soft topic. Tom Holland is now announced for the Uncharted. He is Nathan Drake.
That is freaking awesome.
You know what? It kind of is like off the top of your head, you wouldn't think so, but then you have to stop and think. This dude is actually like a world-class actor. Like this dude is like a chameleon. He's good at playing Spider-Man because he's just a good actor. And the other things I've seen him in, he's been great in. So like I saw that picture of him and I was like, I buy that. I buy that.
I saw that picture of him and went, can he grow facial hair?
Well, maybe this is like when he's like slightly younger. Like this is like right before you meet him.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. It's him as a young Nathan Drake. But my question is, can Tom Holland grow facial hair? Is he one of those guys who can't?
You just mean in general?
Yeah.
And if he
I don't
did,
think he can get a 5 o'clock shadow. Like I don't think he can.
And even if he could, it would look kind of weird. Like even if it could grow in, it looked like it wouldn't grow in like right.
It'd be like weird and patchy. Maybe when he's like 40, he'll have a full like able to grow beard if he's lucky.
Yeah, and then it'll have like some salt and pepper in it by that time too.
Right. So I promise this is related to the thing, but it is. I promise. But it's just kind of a sidetrack because of. Everybody's like, oh, the Uncharted is just like the indie movies, right? Kind of. And the most recent version we kind of had of that was like, I don't know, The Mummy with Brendan Fraser was kind of adventuring in tomb raiding. And then we had the Tomb Raider movies. So like there have been things.
And then we had the other Tomb Raider movie.
And then we had other Tomb Raider movies, right? So we've had things along the lines of Uncharted, but not so much until now, obviously. But there was a movie that came out 3 years ago called Kung Fu Yoga. And there was this co-star in it who is he's Eurasian. He's half.
No, you're Asian. Okay, sorry.
No, you're Asian. But it was freaking cool because he would go off on these little side quests away from Jackie Chan, because he was like a young, like 20-somethings actor, and he would do like things that look straight out of Uncharted. Like he'd be climbing the front of things, getting away from people, and riding on like wagons and stuff, and jumping from things. I'm like, this looks like an Uncharted like action scene. And even the stuff he was wearing, I mean, obviously it's just like, he was in like cargo khakis and kind of button up, roll up with like it was loosely Drake-ish clothing.
Yes.
Anyway, I was thinking, wow, this person would be a dead ringer for Drake, even though, but never mind, we got Tom Holland. That's gonna be cool. We'll see.
I hope
video game movies get a bad rap. It's tough.
Although there have been sneakily a couple of good ones. Besides like Mortal Kombat. What was the one? No, I can't remember it. Anyway, I'm sure I remember it halfway through the podcast. But there was one recently that was
Sonic.
Pretty good. Yes, Sonic was great. Good. Yeah, Sonic was good. And I'm thinking there was another one like kind of recently. Hold on.
You're right.
Anyway, go ahead.
You're right, and that's gonna drive me crazy. It just came out.
Yeah, like a couple of years ago. And you're like,
whatever. They're not terrible anymore.
Yeah. Well, no, they still are, but like they're making a couple of good ones on accident, I think.
They just plop out occasionally.
Oh yeah, Detective Pikachu.
Yeah. Well, I
heard that was okay.
No, I love Detective Pikachu. It's great.
Okay, well then there you go. Like, how often do you ever hear that about any video game ever?
Did you go to my birthday one? Were you at my birthday?
Pardon me?
Yeah, were you at my birthday?
Absolutely, I was at your birthday. I'm the one that took the group picture. Oh no, I'm the one that set up the group picture, and then a bystander offered to take the picture, which was really sweet.
You were there. So you remember Megan? Just one of my friends, she would just be like, ah! And anytime Pikachu just like emoted, because it was so like cute, but then like done so well, which just makes my heart happy, because I did go to school and I learned how to 3D model and animate and stuff. So it was like, oh, my heart, it looks so great.
Nice. Well, I figured out what movie it was, and this is going to be an unpopular take with some of the viewers, but I stand by this. The Warcraft movie was not terrible.
Oh yeah, no, I've heard from many people.
It was actually okay. It was.
I will say that.
It was actually enjoyable, especially if you've played any of the Warcraft games, because it was in lore, everything lined up, and it actually showed some things that you've only heard about in the games. It wasn't the greatest movie, but it wasn't terrible either. I don't know why I got such a bad rap. So that's another one.
I think it's because it was predictable.
Yeah, that's like top 4, top 5 video game movie right there by default.
I watched
I was about to say by default, because Jesus.
I saw it in theaters, had no idea what the lore was, but then I within the first little bit I figured out the whole movie, and it was kind of like, eh.
You know why? It's because subliminally, subconsciously through the years, you do know some Warcraft lore, or at least you know the type of tropes that Warcraft gets its lore from. So you already figured it out because you've seen that before, even though you didn't know like the Warcraft lore. It takes like 5 minutes to like get the gist of Warcraft, and it's got a lot of lore and it's really cool, but it takes about 5 minutes to be like, okay, this and this. All right. So yeah, that's probably why you're like, I've seen this someplace before. It's because you have.
Well, I think a lot of movies kind of play off a similar, like easily predictable trope. So whenever there's anything that kind of like doesn't follow the straight line of like what you expect, I'm like, yeah.
You just did a double ding right there. Like it's Warcraft, and it's the movie version of Warcraft. So it's like predictable inside of predictable. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Good call.
Sorry, during the meantime I was listening, but I was also looking up, trying to get screenshots of the actor R.F. Rahman, who was the Hong Kong born actor that I thought was Drake-ish in nature, but whatever. You could look it up for yourself. I can't find any good screenshots of it, but
what was his name?
AARIFRAHMAN.
Nice.
I could see it.
Yeah. I thought he looked great.
Third photo is just him holding weight shirtless.
There you go. There's Nathan Drake. That's his glamour shot. His agent made him take that.
Yeah.
Every 8th photo, he's like half naked. Oh wait, is he also in? No. Okay, this is for the was Punjab what you were talking about?
No, let's talk about Kung Fu Yoga.
Danny DeVito not voicing Pikachu. Come on, you got Deadpool doing it. That's part of the reason why I didn't let my kid. Well, my kids didn't watch that movie. It's not like I didn't let them, but I just didn't show it to them.
Oh, the Deadpool movie?
Yeah, because they're already curious about Deadpool. They watch all the other comic book movies, but they're wondering why they can't watch Deadpool. And then here's Pikachu with Deadpool's voice, and they're like, "The heck, Dad? He's Pikachu. I can't." So I was just like, "Eh."
I know. What age do you think you're gonna allow that?
Yes.
So to put this in reference,
You know what though? Whatever age they can handle it, and right now they can't handle it.
How old are they?
The boys, they range from 8 and 9. Actually, actually, there's 2 9-year-olds and an 11-year-old. The 11-year-old could handle it, but but the other two, so just no, they can't handle it.
Yeah, I'd be like 12's the safe age.
It kind of depends on the kid. Like my 11-year-old, he could have handled it a couple years ago. Like he knows his P's and Q's. He knows what he can and can't say, and he's cool. He doesn't trip on it. So,
I was the kid watching that kind of stuff with my parents in theaters in 2nd grade.
Yeah, I've been
or younger.
I've had anime. You know, I think I watched Akira when I was 8, maybe 9, and so my mom and dad's second date was like violent kung fu movies in Manila. So it's been like part of their thing. So I think I watched like Steven Seagal films with my parents when they wanted to go to the theater. Like they just brought me, and those aren't a soft rated R. Like those are rated R action movies.
Yeah, I was watching those as a teenager and being like, "Yo, these are cheeky right here." Like, ooh.
But my parents don't cuss, and they just said they just made it apparent like there's no bad language at the house. And I went through that same age a lot of kids go through where I cussed a lot in middle school. I guess I was trying to sound tough, and then once I had high school, I found out I was really bad at it, so I don't really cuss that much. I sounded exactly like a 12-year-old trying to act tough, and it made it the opposite. It made me sound even dumber, so I just stopped doing it. Anyway, that's that.
Alien Resurrection 97 movie was rated R.
Yeah.
Wow. So that came out when I was 7.
So that was David Fincher. It almost kicked him out of Hollywood. He was going to quit making movies.
I saw that in theaters at age 7.
Wow.
Jurassic Park 2 came out in 97 as well. I saw that in theaters.
That was pretty scary. Was that the one where the little things eat the little girl?
At the beginning? I might be that one. It might be the 3rd one. I don't remember if it's the 2nd or the 3rd.
Because I saw that movie as a grown-ass man, and that part freaked me out.
Oh, no, it didn't bother me at all. My parents weren't sure when I was 3 when the first movie came out, so they waited till it came out on VHS, and I loved it. Nice. So 3-year-old me, 4-year-old me, if you want to go with Lion King and me just being an asshole to everyone in the theater, telling everyone that Mufasa's dead. That should tell you I've been fine with all these kind of movies since I was like 3 or 4. Like none of it bothers me. Only thing that ever bothered me in a movie we saw in theaters was Starship Troopers.
Hey.
When so I didn't care that the guy got his brain sucked out, but the girl had the thing through her arm, and I was like, "Dad, you read the book. She doesn't die, does she?" And I'm like crying. I just didn't want the girl to die. I didn't care about anyone else.
We're chopped liver, loud and brown.
Well, listen, dudes are like the leads in all the movies. You get one girl who's kind of a strong female at a 7-year-old's, brain. A strong female character in a movie that does some action shit, and she's gonna die, and I don't want her to die. Like 7-year-old feminist me. Girls gotta live.
Wait, were any of the Jurassic Parks rated R?
No.
They're all PG-13, huh? That's
the new one is, I don't know if it's rated R, but it's mean.
It is mean. They're all PG-13. I'm looking at it right now. Like, actually, you know what? I did not. What is... Yeah, Jurassic World was 2015. Yeah, I didn't even watch Fallen Kingdom.
Yeah, me neither. Didn't care.
I do like Bryce Dallas Howard. I almost watched it just for her.
I don't think even she could save that movie. I don't know.
The second one or the third one?
That's the second one. There's a third one? Oh, the third one's paused right now.
Yeah,
Oh, the third one comes out in a couple years, and I'm excited for it.
Ooh.
I gotta watch the middle one.
I like
And
the very
go ahead.
beginning of the second Jurassic World. I like the very beginning, and then I don't remember the rest of the movie.
I don't even remember it. What happened at
It's when the
beginning?
volcano's going off. Oh, I
Okay.
remember the rest of the movie now. I like the movie. Never mind.
Moving on.
Yeah, we're supposed to be moving on, Derek. Like, we're doing a bad job at this. So before we get canceled, let's talk about what hopes do we have in a world where a man with 7 million subscribers gets his YouTube channel basically shadow banned for a day, and they thought nobody would notice. Did you guys hear about this? Our good friend Pewds.
Oh yeah, I thought it was the dude who got his like Twitch unbanned, but I guess that's last week's news.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. Who was that?
I don't remember.
I know. I listened to an entire like YouTube video about shadow banning, how it works, and the controversy behind it. And
yeah, so basically, if you went
PewDiePie
there,
can go poop.
Yeah. Also, PewDiePie's. I tried to watch a PewDiePie stream. I think my eyes almost fell out of my sockets because they rolled so far back.
Yeah,
not good content.
No, not a lot of it. Some of it is, but not a lot of it.
I'm also not 9, so I can understand how he can appeal to certain demographics, but
I don't know.
I'm definitely too old for that to be cool for me.
But the thing with him is he's gotten to a point where it's so large on there. He's kind of the barometer. Like, what can he get away with? And because it's kind of going to like let the rest of us know, because if they're going to do something to him and he's got 100 and something million, whatever subscribers, they're making a lot of money off of the ads on his channel. So it is going to hurt them if they do something to him. So it's like, kind of, what can you get away with being that large on YouTube? So if anything, it's more of a barometer for literally all the rest of us. So to see him just get dropped like that for a day, and the official word was, what was it? It was an issue that they're working to correct and stuff like that. I don't know. So whether you like him or not aside, whether he's funny or not aside, whatever, a channel that big getting messed with, that's kind of scary for anyone else who doesn't have 110 million subscribers or something like that.
That's fair.
So yeah, that's the main reason why I wanted to bring it up. Like, whether you like them or not, it's just like, that's kind of scary.
I find it super annoying that on Twitch, if you aren't subscribed to someone, you're going to get an ad.
Yeah, just little stuff like that.
I don't know if it's specific to people who are affiliate and not affiliate. Maybe if you're not affiliate, you won't get that.
Okay, since you have access to like a little bit more like control panel-y type stuff, like low.
Well, no, if you are an affiliate, people will get an ad. You know what? I should look into that.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Because I think if you aren't an affiliate, you won't have an ad before people can view your channel.
Okay.
But let me see if I can turn off ads.
Well, speaking of ads, and that's a great segue. The next little newsy bit I have here was
goodness,
NBA 2K. They decided to pop ads before games when you start playing a game.
Oof.
And their pre-game broadcast,
and you have to buy this game.
Yeah, it's like $70. The next one on the PS5 and the Xbox Series X is $70 because AAA games are expensive to make, you guys. I mean, we're only Take-Two. We only make the only NBA basketball game, Borderlands, a bunch of other stuff, and we're only owned by Take-Two Interactive, which owns Rockstar. I mean, these games are way too expensive to make.
I think they have to pay for the likeness of the people.
Yeah, but that comes in like a big bundle deal. That if you get the NBA Players Association to sign off, so they just sign like one check for that. They make that in like a month doing microtransactions. So basically, they wanted to slap ads in the pregame show, unskippable big ass ads that block the whole screen. So everybody was like, of course, rebelling and throwing rotten fruits and vegetables at them. So they released this statement saying, basically, hey guys, our bad. That wasn't meant to be in there. We're gonna work to take that out. That wasn't meant to be played in this mode. That was from a test build or something. Our bad. So everybody was collectively like, get the fuck out of here, dude. Like, we don't believe, like, whatever, man. This is the same 2K who I talked about on here maybe about a year and a half ago when the loot box thing got so bad and the Netherlands was investigating them, and they put out like that black statement with the white letters, the white letters with the black background statement, petitioning petitioning their fans in the Netherlands to write to their representatives to talk about this. Basically, trying to get people to lobby on their behalf to keep loot boxes in the game. Same company. So I just thought that I would point that out, and the whole thing with ads and stuff perfectly segued into that. So thank you, SageBell. That was brilliant. Actually, you didn't even know that. You set me up, and I spiked it.
Yeah. Ooh. Wait, volleyball. There we go.
Because we're at team.
I found the so under affiliate, under subscriptions, it goes ad-free viewing. Allow your subscribers to watch your content on your channel ad-free.
Okay.
So I think that means if you aren't subscribed to someone,
okay,
you're gonna get an ad.
Okay.
All
right.
I can do this.
Well, good to know. I had no idea.
You had no idea. To riff off something that you already segued away from, but to talk about, because I'm the worst, but to talk about, shadow banning, and especially with YouTube, the idea of like demonetizing and all of that kind of stuff. Lindsay Ellis, who's, I think her page used to be called Ches Lindsay, she kind of threw this erotica author under the bus a little bit, and she got all these lawyers like contacting her, and they basically kind of on accident through a bunch of hubbub demonetized her video for I think 2 weeks, which when that's your full-time job, that can mean a lot, right? Like that's money in the bank. Anyway, that whole video was about the Omegaverse, which I was not familiar with, and I almost wish I didn't know about it, but I'll let you...
I see it here in the chat.
I'll let you Google it if you want to look at what Omegaverse fanfiction is. It's pretty rough content, and it's a way bigger community than I thought there was. I don't know if it'll get a video game. It probably won't get a video game because so much of it is fanfiction. But just like 50 Shades of Grey, and I forget what other famous book, these authors start in fan fiction, and when one of their pieces becomes super successful, they just swap out names and places and make original content and do a proper novel. Oh yeah, SageBell read what Omegaverse is.
No, I did worse. I just typed Omegaverse fan fiction and went to pictures.
Oh,
I just dove right in.
Yes, so you should throw that tower into the trash. That tower is forever unclean.
Now I have to look.
I'm not really sure what's going on, but it's very My Hero Academia fan fiction.
Oh no.
But it's all in Korean, so I can't understand it except for
that's the other thing that's crazy about the Omegaverse fan fiction is it's global. So many people are part of it. And it's what is this? I refuse to type it because I listened to the 40-minute YouTube analysis video about it, so now I know all about it, and it's bananas. And there's all the reason why this came into news is it made an article in the New York Times last month because so many people didn't know about this, and it got printed. Let's talk about this crazy lawsuit for people, suing people over IPOs and stuff.
Dude, I kid you not. The third row down, there's like like a scientific diagram of a uterus. Like, what does that have to do with anything? Like,
sadly, it has a lot to do with it because of their. I think the other nickname for this universe is ABO.
Is that what that? I've seen that. Is that what that is?
ABO fanfic will give you more specific stuff because Omegaverse is just. Maniacs, fine. I'm going to cut to the chase to tell you. What it is like this kind of pseudo universe that mixes Doctor Who with, I believe, Twilight and Supernatural, and I think one other...
Brokeback Mountain, from what I see in the pictures?
Well, a lot of it is male fan fiction of those things in a world where a lot of it has to do with...
Omens.
Yeah, with subs and sub and doms, but a lot of it has to do. Oh God, I don't even want to get that
Anyway,
specific.
Yeah.
Your brain's
Google
melting.
it. Google it at your You've been yeah.
Google it on the Thanksgiving dinner table and make sure as many older family members are there and read it verbatim.
From those working from home or work at a computer, don't look it up on your work computer, please.
Look it up
Okay.
when you're sharing your screen during a work meeting, please.
Look it up on your phone in a meeting so people can like look over your shoulder and just see it.
Oh goodness. Anyway, yeah,
Share
demonetizing
it
and
on
people.
your next Zoom call.
Oh yes, do that.
Ooh, wait.
But
yeah, make it your
you know
background.
that I haven't heard of anything fleshing out that much. I know in video games there are fan fictions of sexual nature for a lot of the fandoms, but none of it that I think got like steam.
You haven't been on Steam very much, have you?
I guess not.
Oh boy, it gets spicy on there. You need to look.
Oh, maybe
There probably
don't
you know what? There probably is an Omega. Let's look it up. There probably
Oh
is.
no!
Somewhere.
Continuing on, my dear summer children.
I love
What
how
about the
he
next
tries
topic?
to change the subject and his internet completely kaputs.
My internet kaputs?
Yeah, you like lagged out while you were trying to speak. It
Oh
was
no!
I'm sure there's a game on there from it somewhere.
Okay.
Well, I kind of wanted to bring this out because we've been talking about streaming. We've been talking about ads and streaming. We've been talking about new hardware for games, the games we play. This has to come across the first time we probably brought this up in a while where it wasn't the butt of a joke, and I'm about to make a joke about it at its own expense because it's actually relevant now. Google Stadia.
Oh no!
Did you guys see this?
I did not see anything about Google Stadia, my friend.
Well, basically, the creative director of Google Stadia, what was his name? Let me look it up. Let me look it up here. What's going on, Garma Sutra? Okay, Alex Hutchinson.
Yeah.
This is formerly Alex Hutchinson of Ubisoft. Who, when asked why you couldn't play a female playable character in Far Cry, replied with, "It's too hard to render female mannerisms. It would have cost too much, and it was too much time and money." Meanwhile, the game was full of like half female NPCs, and to think about all the games that came out that day that had male and female characters in it. So everybody was kind of like, mm-hmm. And then there's something else he was down with at Ubisoft that was just as ridiculous. He left before all this stuff blew up at Ubisoft about it being an old boys club up in there. And he's now one of the creative directors of Google Stadia.
Oh shit.
This fine gentleman came out and literally said, unsolicited, unprovoked on Twitter, said people worried about posting YouTube videos or streaming with music in the background should also really be worried about just streaming games in general, because if these developers want to come and shut you down, they can totally do that. You guys should be paying developers a license to stream your games, because all you streamers that don't buy your games. That's literally what he said and what he insinuated. Yes. And he followed that up with a couple of the very spicy ones. He
sounds like a dum-dum.
Yeah.
Real blockhead.
Keep in mind this man works for Google Stadia.
Yeah.
That also owns YouTube. That makes hundreds of millions of dollars a year streaming video games on their platform.
Yes, they do.
You might
and all those viewers from those creators get interested in said games and probably go out and buy the games.
That's what everyone was saying.
It's free advertisement.
Yeah. And a lot of those games that people stream, those companies give them the codes to stream the game. Like they give you the game so you can stream it.
Sounds like an old boomer that does not have his head in the game and doesn't know.
Here's the thing. The dude's like our age or younger.
Boo!
Yeah. He's not very old. He's in his 30s maybe.
So we're talking about a Ben Shapiro of video games. Just someone that doesn't get it.
Yeah. Just
You like that?
I do.
That's what I call it when there's someone around the correct age group that doesn't get it. I'm like, so the Ben Shapiro, like someone was talking to me about like post-punk and they kept naming like all the most ridiculous bands. Like, you're Ben Shapiroing this real bad, man. Like, name something that we're talking about. And he's like, whoa.
Yeah.
Did you call me Ben Shapiro? I'm like,
oh, man,
kind of.
Funny. Yeah. I just watched that dude's video about why he's moving out of Cali. It was actually pretty. I was like,
oh yeah, by the way, Maniacs, if you're just tuning in, this is the Salt Tier Podcast, the video game podcast from the Soundcasting Network, where your argument is
cheesecake.
And we definitely make fun of Ben Shapiro on this podcast.
Yeah.
We are not pro Ben Shapiro at the podcast. And I don't want to speak for the Soundcasting Network, but our producer can chime in on his thoughts of Ben Shapiro if he should choose to.
He's kind of whiny.
Kind of whiny.
He's a little whiny.
Is he not the future of America? Is he not the Ubermensch?
Anyway, anywho, that's a whole other podcast. It actually is. That's a whole other podcast.
It is.
So of course this guy got roasted. Several big creators came out. Several small creators came out. Randos like me came out and roasted this guy.
Tight.
Like,
I think I saw your tweet.
Yes. Oh, thank you. Did you see
did it get some steam?
Well, I think we follow each other, so she saw that I had replied to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, just pretty much telling him like this explains a lot about Google Stadia. Like this mindset coming from you explains Google Stadia. And I was like, don't you have other things to be worried about? And I posted a link to the Google Graveyard website. So yeah. So basically, a very large YouTube streamer. This guy's been around like forever, since like he was one of the first, like before Minecraft streaming. He got big for the Minecraft streaming, but he was already posting videos long before that. Jacksepticeye.
Wait, did you post as V Gaming?
Oh, what? Oh,
on Twitter.
Yes. All my video gaming stuff I post as that. All my comic book and media stuff I post as midlife comics.
I don't see that tweet. Anyway, continue. I'm sorry.
That's okay. So basically, Jacksepticeye pretty much came out and just nuked him because the guy's banner on his Twitter profile is fan art from a Jacksepticeye video, and the guy cropped out the person's signature on there. So Jack was like, I find this ironic coming from you when your background picture is fan art from a video that somebody wrote, that somebody sent me for my channel, and you have their name cropped out, and you're talking about people need credit and people should buy licenses to stream stuff. Like, did you pay that artist? And pretty much like everybody was like, oh, damn. And then the guy ended the night with, I'm going to go stream some Fall Guys. Who's in? That's how he ended it. So cheers to Google Stadia.
Rip.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking at your tweets right now. Just like tombstones. Oh, you went at him for a couple of posts.
Yeah, I had a little something on my chest. It kind of pissed me off.
So I can't tell you the nature of like our surveys and stuff, but I work in user research and I do like we do game surveys and stuff. And today we were talking about, because we have a very difficult profile to fill, and we were talking about like if somebody was going to pre-order this game and they selected Google Stadia as the game that console, I'll let you know and we'll print it out and frame it. Because one of my coworkers was just throwing it out there because on our end you can see all the options, and so she just said Google Stadia, but she didn't actually intend Google Stadia to be one of the like things that people answered. It was just one of the options on the question. And our marketing person's like, wait, someone selected that? I'm like, no, but if someone does, I'll frame it for you.
Yeah. You were talking about Game Pass Ultimate before.
Yeah.
That alone destroys Stadia, because not only can you stream with xCloud, and I have 2 friends that have xCloud, and yes, loading up the game at first, it's kind of slow. It's very, very artifacty, but give it about 2 minutes and it's flawless. And he was playing like action games on it, and it played fantastic. He got a Samsung Galaxy tablet, like one of the brand new ones, and he streams it through there. And yeah, like the first 2 minutes of a game, it's like trying to catch up, but then when it does, it does an excellent job. You wouldn't even really know that it's streaming at that point. Like there's no pixelization, there's no loading in or anything like that after the first couple minutes. You get all those games on Game Pass.
Huh?
Yeah, and it's a really good service. You get all those games on Game Pass. If you want to keep the game forever, you get it at a pretty good discount. And you also own the game on the PC if you're playing on the Xbox, and you're also own the game on the Xbox if you're playing on the PC. So like really after that point, like what's the point of Stadia? That Google one that just got announced a couple weeks ago, not the Google one, but
Amazon,
the Amazon one. Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah.
One that has the Twitch integration and stuff in it. That already destroys you. So it's like you're gonna come out here and say this when you work for literally a streaming platform, a streaming corporation.
Yeah, it's just called Prime Gaming.
Yep. No, whatever the streaming thing is.
Oh, I thought that was called Prime Gaming.
I forgot what it's called. It's like a one word title. But anyhow,
Luna's? No.
Yeah.
Oh, Luna.
Luna. Yeah, that by itself destroys. Google Stadia.
Luna. Just think that, just pretend you're ludicrous when you say that. Luna.
Yeah, you have 100% integration. A lot of the games you can download and play locally. It's not just all streaming. Get discounts on stuff. Blah blah blah. It's already got a whole bunch of stuff built into it. And
Real talk. I
yeah.
played The Last of Us streaming. I was on PlayStation Plus for about 6 months.
Nice.
And I just couldn't stay up on it. Like, imagine, like, if Netflix was 5 times more expensive. It was like that. I was like, God, I'm really not getting the use out of this.
Yeah.
If you're really on your gaming, it's totally worth it. I think they give you a free game every month to keep.
That's a PlayStation Plus.
Yeah.
Were you talking PS Now? Were you streaming?
Oh, I think I'm talking about PS Now. Wait, PlayStation Plus. I have PlayStation Plus. That's just how to play online, right?
Yeah, you need to play online, and then that's where you get the free games every month.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Then PS Now is like the streaming service where you can play.
Okay, so sorry. So PS Now doesn't give you a game. It's just access to all of them.
Shameless plug for my channel. My video covering that, V Gaming. That's my most popular video. I have about 26,000 views on that video.
Ooh.
So, yeah.
But I played Last of Us 1 streaming because I never had a PS3. I had a 360. So I never got to play it. And it played, I think I had maybe 2 times where it hiccuped. Otherwise, it played almost exactly like it was just a game on my, like I had the disc. It takes, a good minute and a half to load up and get ready. But once I was playing the game, I'll be honest, it was seamless. Freaking seamless.
Last of Us a PS4 game?
Last of Us 2 is a PS4 game.
Yeah, Last of Us 1 was a PS3, and then there was a remastered, and then the remastered got ported to the PS4.
Yeah.
But
did we just blow your mind, SageBell?
Yeah, Last of Us 1 was definitely, what, 2013?
Yes.
Yeah.
So definitely PS3.
When did PS4 come out?
2013. So that was the same year as the PS4 dropped, huh?
Yeah,
2013. Yeah, PS4 came out in 2013.
But not everybody got their hands on a PS4 that Christmas season. I think Last of Us Part 1 came out earlier that year. It was like, Saverings, ... You know how you were saying like some of the last games for a console generation are some of the best looking games?
Yes.
For that console?
Yes.
I think Last of Us 1 was one of the examples of that. It was like
the same thing with the sequel. The sequel came out just this year. This is the last year of like the where PS4 is the main console, and that is one of the best looking games on the system. So
it's great. And I almost never loaded on it. It was beautiful. Same thing with Final Fantasy VII. That said, now that I'm like finishing off my Kingdom Hearts 3 game, Kingdom Hearts 3 loads all the time. How did 2 games from the same company with only not even 2 years apart, like a year and a half apart? How are they so different?
Yo, check this out. I had to look it up. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Yeah, go. No, that's all.
Last of Us released July 29th, 2014.
Oh. Last of Us 1?
No. June 14th, 2013.
Got it.
It's a lot of 4s and 3s. It's fine.
Yeah, I know that kind of
4 3.
So June, and then PS4 is November.
Yep, the end of November. So
yeah, it was like the last hurrah. Be like, before we go, check this shit out.
Yeah,
that was kind of like. I'm trying to think of like the craziest PlayStation 1 games or 2 games that came out like right before the next system came out.
Check this out. This is what blows my mind, right? So you can play PS1 games, PS2 games. You can play those like natively. Like you can run an emulator on a PS4 or a PS5, and it can just brute force its way through the emulation and play that game how you remember it natively. You don't need to stream it. You don't need any special things to do it. Most of the time with the PS3 games, the main reason why PS Now exists, besides that they bought that streaming company and they wanted to get the streaming business, but the main reason why they wanted to do that, at least on the video game side of it, was because it's basically impossible to emulate a PS3 without a lot of overhead and to power your way through it. That's why in 2020 the PS3 emulator is just now starting to be viable, because most people have a computer that can just brute force its way and just make the game run fine.
Did that have to do with the cell processor?
Yeah, the cell processor, the relatively like limited relatively limited RAM to account for the storage space in it, blah blah
Mhm.
blah. So I find it crazy that they re-released the Last of Us remaster and it ran natively on the PS4. You know how much money and time and resources they had to throw at that?
It wasn't the remaster.
No, it was the one on the PS4, right?
The one. Sorry, what I mean is the one that I played on PlayStation Next or PlayStation Now.
PS Now. Yeah, but like they actually released a physical ending.
Oh yeah, I'm aware of that. I'm aware of that. I'm reiterating that the one I played was not the remastered one.
Yeah. But I was just throwing it out there. Like, it's such a pain in the butt, and most people don't bother with it. Even these big companies don't bother with it. They and Sony themselves would rather stream it to you than get all these PS3 games running natively on newer hardware. But that game, they not only translated it, ported it, fixed it all up. You know, like that was a Herculean effort because I know that was a pain in the ass. I know Sony themselves struggled with that. So I'm just wondering, like, the effort and the money and the budget that it took to do that, and as quickly as they turned it around, because that came out like 2 years after the PS4 launched.
Yeah.
So when I think about that and I see that game, every time I see that game, I think about that. Like, how much did they throw at that game?
I know. What other PS3 games are we missing out on right now that we don't get?
For now, still Demon Souls, but that'll be fixed with the PS5 because there's that brand new reimagining of it. I'm getting a PS5 just for that game. There's a couple other games, but basically, if I can get my hands on a PS5, I'm picking one up because I want Demon Souls.
That said, because we're over 60 whole minutes, I would like to make that a closing statement about, late console generation games that you felt really, really flexed the power of said system. And since I don't want to talk too much, I will go first. And I am Loud and Brown at Loud and Brown, Instagram and Twitter. I am Gross Def with a PH on Steam and on PlayStation, PSN. And my most memorable game at the end of a console generation was Zone of the Ender's Second Runner. Was such a beautiful game. Like it was to the point where I know, but I could not believe this was running on my PlayStation. I was looking, I was like, this looks incredible. And I was looking, I was like, this looks like, my buddy, I think it just looked like I had a different system. It looks so amazing, and the load times are almost non-existent, and it was a fun game, and I had a lot of fun, and that was the one for me. Nice. I will kick it to the sagest bell in the entire podcast.
So we have 1 week left to vote. Everybody, do it.
Do it.
Oh, specifically, sorry. Interrupt again. People keep saying, remember to vote. Remember to vote. Vote. Make it happen. I'm going to be very specific and be like, vote Biden. I mean to vote ugly out of office. Like, don't just vote like randomly. Like, definitely vote Biden, and we'll deal with the old man and figure it out from there. But
we'll hold him accountable. Throw rocks at his face. It's fine. You
get us in trouble. We're about to be shadow banned.
Yeah.
Oh, please.
If PewDiePie got it, then we're next.
When will they do it? Also, my random thought aside from that is to support small artists. I just got some hollow art in.
I like that one.
This artist sent me a whole nother print of the same size plus 3 stickers and a postcard.
Is that who I think it is?
That's
this
sick.
is not the one that we have art of already. This is a different artist.
That's sick.
Yeah, it looks a little different. It looks more realistic.
0073.uv.
Nice.
It's Walter's mom, if you want to search a different way. Yeah. This, and I have a whole set of these. These are space-themed ones, so they're going with...
these are great.
The rest of this artist, which you recognize. I have supported her twice now.
Yeah.
Matt Stotts, you want to play Spooderman? Get out of here with your Spooderman.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. So, yeah, a lot of artists, if they're smaller artists like these ones, will send you extra art when you buy from them.
Especially if you buy in bulk. Like, if you buy, like, 3 or 4 things, they'll be like, And here's the
I
thing.
only bought 2 prints, and this person sent me a 3rd whole print plus.
Nice.
Yeah, Walter's
Stickers.
mom, she has a lot of pouty lips, but they're very, very good.
Ask her for some custom Omegaverse artwork.
My problem
Oh,
is that
shit.
I need
It might be in there. Don't scroll too long. Oh my god.
I need at least now I have different skin tones, so but I have a lot of it looks a little silly for a
Oh my god. There are
me
82,000 Omegaverse posts.
why did you
No.
go there?
No. And see, it's like it's Yaoi, then it's My Little Pony, and then it goes over so many different genres. It almost doesn't make sense. BTS is in there.
Behind the scenes?
Oh, you wish it was behind the scenes.
Okay.
No, it is Burn the Stage, the K-pop band.
Okay.
I never knew what the acronym stood for.
Oh
Me
yeah,
neither.
Burn the Stage. I mean,
Hey.
I don't know. I don't know what K-pop is.
Sage, today we learned something.
Called out.
Yeah.
The more you know.
Yeah.
But do you like Blackpink?
Do you mean do I stan Blackpink?
I think you're too old to say that.
I am.
Oh, your
I
age
am-
is too. Your age is too.
I am too old to say that. Goon is laughing his ass off right now. He's like, "Shut up, Grandpa. You don't know what
Oh, yeah.
stan means." I don't know what stan means, Goon. Thanks.
Alrighty, SageBell. Plug her up on the old Facebooks there. Be sure to check us out on the Facebook, everyone. Saltier Podcast. This is your boy, the Saverings. ... It's
Say all of it.
Yeah,
Like
it's an
Tribe Called
hour
Quest.
and 11 minutes into it, and I'm just now saying that. Hit me up on, I guess, Steam if you want to get some multiplayer. Multiplayer Stellaris is a lot of fun, you guys. You should come join us so we can have a third person.
I know, and we're getting pretty close to having to give away some games.
I keep hearing rumbles that there might be Stellaris on the Switch. I would shit my pants if that was a thing.
Whoa.
I would poop a little bit. Like,
Just a little.
I would poop a little bit. So yeah, thank you for joining us. Hit us up, find us in all the podcasting places. Your SoundClouds, your iTunes, your YouTube musics, or your YouTube podcast, I should say. And
Christian Mingle.
Your Christian Mingles and all that good stuff.
Bumble.
Add us. Oh, look at puppers. Add us. And once again, thank you, Keith the Boogie. Thank you to Soundcasting Network.
Yeah.
Thank you to the lonely, ever so lonely Studio 212. Thank you to Voodoo Ranger. Thank you to Loud and Brown for reminding me about Voodoo Ranger. Live Rangersly. And we will see you guys next week. Hopefully. Stay quarantined, everyone. And vote.
Biden.